Welcome again to the lecture series, The Ascended Masters Answer the Fundamental Questions of Life. This lesson is entitled Lesson 16, Part 2. What are the requirements to make the Ascension? The Master Serapis Bey explained, so long as the doctrine of vicarious atonement is taught, mankind, for the most part, expects someone else to raise them into a state of heavenly bliss. This is foolish in the extreme to accept this consciousness. No individual can attain the ascension without compliance with the spiritual laws which make such an ascension possible. I am asking for contemplation coupled with action and voluntary service that must be employed by the individual to achieve the right to victorious accomplishment. So far the quote of Serapis Bey. Beloved Almoria says, I have seen so many of the applicants for the Ascension temporarily disappointed when they found that personal application was and is necessary for God accomplishment. They have the foolish idea that they can rise on the hem of someone else's garment into the Ascension rather than make an individual personal effort to earn this great service. One day, when the service has been enough, the purification sufficient, the constancy, loyalty and perseverance to this teaching, proven not in days of happy experience, but in hours and years of adversity, the call comes. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Come home in dignity, wearing freedom's robes, and enter the spiritual household of your Lord. Each of us who is now ascended remembers that summons and the lift of heart, of soul and spirit, when the chain of life and seeming death was broken and we were invited home. For even one spirit who comes home, the heavenly host, the rocks, the trees, the nature kingdom, all sing a song of gratitude. So far the direct quotes of the Masters of Wisdom. Here are some examples of opportunities to serve mankind, the ascended host. 1. Daily ask for the assistance, guidance and protection of the ascended host. 2. Choose the right teacher. Keep in mind what Jesus said in 1939 about conventional churches. The churches have had the opportunity for 2,000 years to set mankind free. Yet, the people have grown into greater and greater bondage. Observe my experience in leaving the example of the Ascension to mankind. How little good it did. Instead, there is concentration on the crucifixion. Be careful to accept other personal teachers who offer you the very latest. See Lesson 1 and 3. Therefore, choose the books of the Ascended Master Teaching Foundation as your teacher. All the necessary knowledge to gain the Ascension is included in these books. These books are based exclusively on the dictations of the Ascended Host as given through Mr. Ballard and Geraldine Innocenti, which are the authorized messengers of the Great White Brotherhood. These books are a summary of the 13,000 pages of dictations given by the Ascended Masters to Mr. Ballard and Geraldine Innocenti. 3. Carefully study the teachings. This activity enables you to become acquainted not only with the teachings of the Great White Brotherhood, but to become a teacher to others as well. See Lesson 12. 4. Contemplate the chart of the I Am Presence on a daily basis. Include the violet flame and the protective pillar of light. See Lesson 4. 5. Decree for a few minutes every day. Include decrees to improve world conditions. See Lesson 12. 6. Join an existing AMTF group or start a new one. It is easy. Several lessons have been prepared for just that purpose. See Lesson 15. Create a force field of energy above your home. This helps the ascended host to bless and protect the entire community. See Lesson 15. 8. Study and apply the laws that govern our planet and master the God qualities contained in the 7 rays. Stand porter at the door of thought and feeling. Study the relationship between a Chela and Ascended Master. See Lessons 7 and 11. 9. Become acquainted with the 7 initiations necessary to gain the Ascension. See Lesson 13. 10. Serve while you learn. Distribute the books of the Ascended Master Teaching Foundation to individuals or recommend the books to a bookstore. 11. Donate AMTF books to a library. In this case, make sure the librarian is receptive to having the book. 12. Call the central office of the Ascended Master Teaching Foundation in Manchester and offer your service. 13. Service as a volunteer in a capacity that serves mankind. 14. One Ascended Master taught, voluntary service is the law of life. One should serve like the sun. It is shining in your heaven. Mankind is the beneficiary of its light, but the sun shines for the glory of God to all men. To serve God does not mean to disassociate yourself from one's fellow men, nor to cast the obligation of everyday living. Serving should be the motive of your life, action and being, just as you would set a thermostat to bless all in your home. Don't expect a return for your service. Peace comes only to the best of your ability when you're endeavoring to serve the cause of good. See Lesson 14. Don't look over your shoulder or wait for a special invitation. This entire teaching was saved from falling into oblivion by only 2 individuals, namely my wife Annette and myself, who were much less qualified than many others. Among 17 group leaders of the Bridge to Freedom, including 4 twin flames of Ascended Masters, these 2 individuals had the least amount of experience. There was a job to be done, and the 2 just did the job to the best of their ability. The Masters, commenting on a similar situation, said, if they had to wait for a student perfect in every way, they would have to wait forever. This concludes Lesson 16, Part 2. I sincerely hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we will meet soon again for Part 3 of the lesson. God bless you.